All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Clover Gardens board meeting, November 18th, 6:30. Actually, we'll call this meeting to order at 6:33 p.m. Rolling mission, please.
Board, we are entrusted to care for the current school and stay focused on the vision for the future school. No trust, no unity, no progress. Mission of Clover Garden School, foster community, generate enthusiasm, challenge students academically, and produce successful citizens.
All right, thank you. First item is our agenda. So I know everyone has had the agenda in your board folder. Any comments, any changes to our agenda tonight? If not, who would like to make a motion to approve the agenda? Ms. Morrow, second. Ms. Gould, all in favor? The agenda has been approved. Next is our October 14th minutes. Any changes? Anyone have any changes to the minutes? The only thing that I caught is instead of the 20-year committee, it should be the 25-year committee in the governance section.
We'll fix it.
Anyone else? Those changes who would like to make a motion? Ms. Merle, second. Mr. Young, all in favor? Minutes have been approved with that one change. All right, so next is we have our public comment section. I believe we have one here tonight for public comment. Before we go to your comment, we're going to read a statement of public comment, and then we'll announce you to the podium. Or there, if you stand up there, it'll be fine.
Thank you for taking the time to come before us. We value your feedback and contribution to our school and community. We recognize that this process is a bit awkward in that we are not able to engage in a dialogue or come to any decisions today related to any public comment. The purpose is for you to be able to express your thoughts, and we take our duties to listen seriously. All public comments will be taken under advisement by the board, but may not produce a written or spoken response. We ask that all public comment provide just the facts and should not include personal information of students or personnel in order to maintain confidentiality. We ask speakers to avoid using names of students or staff and maintain confidentiality and privacy standards. All comments should be thoughtful and respectful. No raised voices or inappropriate language will be permitted. Be mindful that what you say here is public, and the names of persons provided public comment and a brief summary of topics or input will be included in the meeting minutes published. We allocate time by issue, no more than 3 minutes per person, which may not be given to another person. We take all your public comments seriously. The board will discuss, and if there is an action that needs to be taken, it will be reflected in the minutes and communicated to you by the director.
Thank you. So go ahead and introduce yourself and we'll start the clock.
Hi, everybody, board of directors, staff. I am Lieutenant Colonel retired Rhonda Clark. I did 29 years in the Army. I'm 100% total and disabled. And I have a son, a senior here in high school. And the reason I'm coming before you guys, and I've already sent emails out, is because the VA has 2 chapters, actually 3 chapters that they provide students of college. Chapter 33, the post 911 GI Bill. I earned that because I served in 2 wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. And then they have the chapter 35. A veteran like myself has to be 100% disabled through the Veterans Administration to earn, and I earned that right, that entitlement. A new rule came out that any veteran like myself, 100% disabled, has a high school child. That child gets 5 additional months of benefits. The benefits isn't tuition, isn't board, it's a monetary benefit that they get for 5 months while they're in high school. So that's up to $6,000 to $7,000 that a family of a high school eligible student will receive. And this information is put out. Staff says they're working on it. North Carolina Board of SAA, the special authority, is working on it with Clover Garden staff. So I feel like if we have one veteran child or 15 veteran child, the veteran earned the right to give that to our child so they can get those 5 additional months before they go to college, and then they get the full benefit in college. Yeah,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right, so moving along, we have no special guests, correct? All right, so that'll move us into finances. So we have a September and October budgets placed in your board folders. We'll start with the September budget. Any questions? You have any comments on the September budget, Mr. Young? No comment. Any feedback? Okay, hearing none. Who'd like to make a motion to approve the September 2025 budget? Mr. Young, second. Ms. Morrow, all in favor? September has been approved. Now we'll move next to the October 2025 budget. Any questions there? Any commentary there? Okay. Any questions, anyone? All right. Who would like to make a motion to approve the October budget? Ms. Morrow, second. Ms. Gould, all in favor? October 2025 budget has been approved. Next is the 2024-2025 final audit, Ms. Simmons.
Been out there for maybe since the end of October-ish or the middle of October. So that is for y'all review and questions or anything, but it passed, all in compliance, no reportings, no findings. So I'm open for questions if y'all have any. I have addressed some questions with the finance committee. The finance committee had some great questions, and I think we've already addressed all those, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Young and Ms. Lane. Other than that.
Any questions for Ms. Simmons? Hear none. So who would like to make a motion to approve the 2024-2025 final audit? Mr. Young, second. Ms. Morrow, all in favor? Final audit has been approved. That takes care of finances. Move along to academics with our principal's report.
So we've had a great past month, and we're heading into our busy season with homecoming this week. But we wanted to, in our honor section of our principal report, say a special thanks to the volunteers who attended the cleanup day at the K campus on November the 1st. Their help was greatly appreciated. We also had one of our students, Miss Chloe Welch. She is the recipient of the Daughters of the American Revolution chapter in Alamance County, serving as the Clover Garden School's Good Citizenship Award recipient. So she will be acknowledged second semester, usually sometime in February. And then it was an honor for Miss Nall. This is the second year that she's been awarded a Bright Ideas grant. This year she was awarded close to $2,000 and was able to purchase 3D printers for her classes at the high school and to help with the robotics club as well. So we're really excited about those things.
So for academics, we want to spotlight Ms. Knoll, Mr. Cheek, Mr. Wagner, and Coach Dodson. They've all prepared and facilitated engaging hands-on learning activities in science, math, and our community emergency response team, or CERT class. The CERT class, which is Mr. Dodson and Mr. Wagner, they did a fire safety with community firefighters where they learned to put out fires. They're also going to conduct a search and rescue this week. Mr. Cheek, math teacher, he used protractors and other measuring apparatuses to help measure items all in and outside of the classroom. And Ms. Knoll has conducted several labs with her students where they're using their knowledge of environmental issues to conduct those experiments.
For assessment and data, the 10th graders participated in the pre-ACT on November 4th. The NC check-ins were administered for Math 1 and Biology. They'll wrap up this week with the last one for Biology. The fall exam schedule has been shared in the weekly message. It indicates that the high school teacher may exams are the week of 12/11 through 12/15. And the end of course test is 12/16 through the 19th. When the high school dismisses at 12 each day for the end of course testing.
So scheduling and advising, high school registration meetings will begin in mid-January for students who are interested and eligible in the Career and College Promise Program at Alamance Community College.
And on to community, culture, and climate. Student life, October 14th, seniors went to Frankie's in Raleigh for a senior trip. November 14th, those same seniors had tux and drape pictures. This is Spirit Week for the high school for homecoming. There will be a big pep rally on the homecoming parade in the K-8 gym on Friday. And then the homecoming dance will be Saturday at the K-8 gym. The health and safety, each campus successfully conducted lockdown drills on October 24th. We continue to conduct our monthly fire drills and they are going well. The safety team from the K-8 and high school campuses met October 27th to discuss improving safety drills at CGS and overall safety. October 28th, the director of the Center for Safer Schools conducted visits at both campuses and spoke with student groups to learn how they really feel about school safety at Clover Garden.
And last on our list for right now are the calendar events. You guys will see, like Mr. Kane shared, we have homecoming week this week. So it's been a fun and lively week so far. We're all getting pumped up for Friday night's game. We have a half day dismissal, which is this Friday, and then we will have the parade and the pep rally over at the K campus. So all the high school students are going to go when they get here in the morning. We're going to load them up on buses and go and do the parade and the pep rally over there. Then the 22nd, like Mr. Kane said, the homecoming dance. This is our first homecoming dance at the high school. So we've had lots of tickets purchased and the kids are getting excited about that and hoping that this will be an annual event as part of our homecoming celebration. And then we have mental health days next Monday and Tuesday, followed by the Thanksgiving break. Athletics, we have a few students who would like to share some of their experiences with you guys. Not sure
If we're okay, we'll move on with the agenda and then when they get here, we'll just circle back. But we would like for them to give you their athletic updates.
And that's it for the principal report. Our athletes get here.
Okay. All right, thank you all for all your reports there. We'll move to old business. We got safety plan. Ms. Rankin.
So thank you, Mr. Payne. He spoke to some of these. So we have really prioritized safety. As we know, that's our number one, most important thing at Clover Garden besides academics. And so we've really put a lot of time and effort into that recently. Again, we've had some visits from some officials from the Center for Safer Schools. We've had our first official safety team meeting for individuals from both campuses. That went really well. And so now we're in the process of having a follow-up meeting next month. And really, I kind of assigned them homework to go around both campuses and look for potential hazards, look for things that could be potentially dangerous in some sort. And so they have that homework assignment that they have to turn in by our next meeting. So that's going to give us kind of another ear to the ground on what's working and what's not working. We have an amazing new school resource officer. I'll use this opportunity to introduce you to him. This is our board of directors. This is Deputy Randolph. So he is our new school resource officer. Deputy Bellingham was fabulous and fantastic, and we had him for 5 years. But they've done some switching around in the sheriff's department, and so we're very lucky to have Deputy Randolph. So I'm already getting lots of compliments and feedback on him and what he does for our school. Very visible. So what made me even think about this too is he's never in one place, and that's what you want. Okay, that's what you want for your school resource officer, is to always be moving, always be visible, always be around. So I have seen him on numerous times checking doors, making sure they're latching. Those are some of the things when the weather changes that you don't realize, like sometimes stuff doesn't catch, and it doesn't close correctly, and that's very scary. So he is a man on the move. So he is everywhere on both campuses. So that was a big thing for us with him joining our campus as well. So definitely visibility is important for us. So again, some of these things that I've given them homework to do, what doors aren't closing well, what doors don't lock, what doors, you got all those things when you have older buildings and things like that. So they've been tasked with that. So they're going to bring that back to us. And then the other piece that we tasked everybody was just a skills inventory. You know, what talents and skills do people have that we don't know about? You know, who is CPR certified? Who has a medic background? Those type of things. So we're kind of compiling information right now so that we kind of strengthen our teams at both campuses. So our next one's going to be another K-12 one, and then we'll have some separate, you know, campus specifics meetings as well. So very excited about that. This past Friday, I don't know if I voluntold a group to go with me, but I had a couple of folks that's accompanied me to a small school safety summit in Raleigh. It was a program the North Carolina Association of Public Charter Schools, you know, gives us opportunities all the time, you know, different things. And this was a great professional development. So I'm going to shout out Mr. Whittington and Ms. Tori Taylor. They accompanied me to that workshop on Friday, and it was great. It really gave me kind of some reflections on, wow, like some of the stuff we have is really good. Like these safety grants are so valuable and what we've been able to do with it in regards to just physical security, you know, our camera systems, things like that. So very proud of that. But they came with me because of physical, like I said, the actual facility, the maintenance of the campus, as well as like cybersecurity, which is a thing. The biggest thing that we took away too was AI. AI is here. And I don't know how prepared we are. Okay, so that was a takeaway for like kind of risk assessment stuff. What are we going to do? You know, if we run into any type of issues with AI and things like that. So great workshop. Very excited about that. I have another one coming up soon that has to do with behavioral threat assessment teams, which is a requirement per law that you have these in your building. And right now that's kind of our admin team. We kind of do that along with the SRO and the school nurse, but you're tightening up our procedures and policies for that stuff. So just trying to be as prepared as possible for an emergency situation. So those are just a couple of things that's going on. Again, our new camera systems are up and running. We're catching all kinds of stuff on the camera, which is a good thing before and after hours. So it's really kind of giving us a glimpse into some things that are taking place on our campus as well. It's always good to be in the know because basketball season has arrived and we have kids on campus sometimes till midnight, right? And staff working ball games. So just like I said, next steps, we're going to set up some training in January for some restraint training and things like that for our teachers. And then again, the last information we got from the Center for Safer Schools is that, you know, everybody wants to know when's that safety grant opening. So we're waiting patiently. They said it may be the end of the school year before that opens. But any feedback that you guys have at the board, parents, staff members, it's all very valuable because I use that in our narrative when we apply for the safety grant, you know, and that's always a very fantastic grant to get if you're awarded it. So kind of keep my eyes on the prize for that. Whenever that grant opens back up, we'll apply for that.
And that's open every year, right? The safety grant.
It just depends on funding.
Okay,
So that's kind of what they're waiting on now.
okay.
A budget to be passed.
Any questions for Ms. Fraken on regards to safety? If not, we'll move to the charter renewal update.
No new updates at this time for that. Still just awaiting. So believe it or not, December will be around the corner. So we're waiting for the December meeting for them to present our school's information, our proposal, and then we're waiting for voting to take place in January. So hopefully by January.
Okay. Thank you for the update there. We'll move into governments on the committees. We'll start with governments committee.
I have no updates.
Finance, I know we just met.
Just had our monthly meeting, right? First meeting, so no update on that.
Okay. Academics.
No updates at this time.
Long range, the only thing is, last two topics I brought up last time is the batting cage with that athletics. I know they just acquired, the step 1 permit, which is the environmental permit, correct? So they're moving along, with that project. You may have already seen some minor grading has been done on that project. As far as the multi-purpose building, we are still working on additional pricing from some other contractors. So hopefully we'll start developing some of that together as a package, and then we can start hopefully moving forward with the building, the multi-purpose building. That's all I have for the planning. Nothing for fundraising. What about the 25th anniversary? I think you guys just
Nothing.
met.
Well, we were supposed to, but I've been
I'm writing to
extremely
update,
ill.
you're okay, like, so.
Yeah, please.
So Ms. Merle's done a great job of kind of getting that process started, asked us a lot of very tough questions. I said, Ms. Merle, I need to know me about this, Ms. Merle.
That's a bunch. That's
It's not a
impressive.
factor for these.
There was
Um,
10 questions.
But you did good. They're fantastic. But we do have a group. So we have a couple of staff members and like you said, that are also some parents that are interested in shining the light on the school and just being excited that we're 25 years in operation. That's a huge accomplishment as a charter school. So right now, temporarily penciling the dates. I haven't run these by Ms. Myrtle, but I tried to get it on the calendar just to kind of save it for right now. So we're looking at April for right now. So looking at the week of April 20th through April 24th. So we're trying to beat testing because testing is coming, but also giving us as much time to plan as possible. So right now we're looking at that week in April from 4/20 to 4/24. And then at the end of that week, we've partnered with the PVC, which is our new parent organization, and they want to do their spring fling on 4/25. So it kind of is like a combination. So the way we kind of envision is different things each day. And then this, finale type of event, during the school day on Friday potentially, but also on the weekend where you still got your community involvement there. So the PVC is working out some details. We just penciled these in just to kind of save us some time because anybody who's been with us or been in the school system, dates get taken really quickly. And so we're trying to make sure we provide and protect that time. So it'll be hopefully a really fun week. So we're excited to pull in different folks and really celebrate, K-12 as a school, all the awesome things that we're doing. So
That answered half the questions.
so that is for right now. Then we will give you more details as soon as we get our meeting rescheduled.
So are you kind of looking at having like a celebration on both campuses or someone kind of like a shared kind of
Something.
celebration?
And we will envision just preliminary is that both campuses are doing things at the same time, like simultaneously, like a spirit week, it's different activities at both campuses. And then kind of what the end of the week looks like, that's kind of there. And I need Dr. Morris and Ms. Spencer to really weigh in on the logistics and piece of that. But, just an example for Friday, it's one of my most favorite events, and shouting out to Coach Pascal, you'll see her in a second, but there's a lot of work that goes into that piece because even though we're just 2.5 miles down the road, there's a lot of logistics that go into moving an entire campus to another campus, and you're responsible for the children, and all of the pieces that go into that. So shout out to Coach Pascal and Dr. Morris and Ms. Gladden for really working through that for hours and days and upon months. But trying to make sure that stuff is ready to go. But that's always a fun event. So I'm going to sidebar for a second, but if you're available, we would love to see you on Friday. It's a really cool event. But that's a really neat opportunity because sometimes because we are separated and on two campuses, you don't get to see that interaction like you used to when we're all under one roof. And that's one thing that's really important for us is to see those kids, interacting with their older peers and looking up to them. They're like celebrities, right? So we're very excited about that on Friday. So again, I'm not saying we're going to do another parade, but saying something that encompasses both campuses together and celebration. So you'll have that in January. January is our National School of Choice month, where we talk about that. We'll have some things at the end of that month, but the school-wide, and I would love feedback on that too. So if you guys have ideas that you want me to kind of bring to our meeting, shoot those to me, Ms. Merle, and we'll get them written down. But just pull ways to kind of shine a light on things. If you've seen our Facebook page, one of the coolest things so far that I'm excited about is our alumni spotlights. You guys have asked me for that. You've asked, and shout out Ms. Taylor for getting those together and making them look really cute and cool and eye-catching. But we're proud of that, right? These kids have been here a long time and they graduated now. So anyways, we're working on it. So just little things every day. But if you have any insight, please let us know and we'll let you know what we'll do at our next meeting.
Well, that's all we have. And before we go into close, you have there's 2 students here to,
One practice was ending and the other one's fixing to begin, so we tried to get on both before
Okay.
we missed too much. So
okay.
they should be here.
All right, we'll give them a few minutes then.
I thought I sent y'all the easy questions. Do you hear me, Jeff?
thought there was more than 10.
No, there was a whole outline, but there were only 10 questions.
Okay.
Morning.
This way, you can put this in. Let's go that way, switch out something. I'm going to introduce these amazing folks. We have some fellas that might be joining us soon. Truth and transparency, I told them 7. So we are running pretty quick today.
Alright.
We got a couple more that are joining us, but I do want to take a minute, and Coach Pascal doesn't know that I'm doing this, but I do want to brag on Coach Pascal. I kind of told you a little bit about homecoming before, but I want her to really focus on and shine a light on the program, our athletics program. We have grown tremendously over the past several years under her leadership.
Yeah.
That is something that is not easy. She gets all the good and the bad and the crazy. It all goes to Coach Pascal. And then navigating both campuses is always a challenge. And then on top of that, Miss Rakin says, hey, can you keep your class? And so she's also one of our teachers. So she kind of has a neat perspective on different things that are happening in and around the building. Also kind of talking about fundraising and all of the things that we do to make this work. That is wholeheartedly Coach Pascal and our athletic boosters program. They are always thinking, they are always working. It's behind the scenes, it's after hours, it's weekends. A lot of times, if you notice, families get brought in, you'll see kids and spouses and grandparents all pitching in to help do different things so that our athletics programs can be successful. And one of the other things that I like to kind of hone in on and focus on is that it's not just about winning or losing. Now, of course, these kids up here are like, yes, we take all the wins. And we do too. But what's more important to me than anything else is that these are good kids. These are good kids at the end of the day when they graduate. These kids have a good heart. They're good sports about things, and they know how to handle life's, successes as well as the failures. And that is something that gives me goosebumps. Like that is something that they have to have that support to stand on. So thanking you guys as a board as well, our programs are as successful as they are because of the foundation that we lay for them. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you for every game that you attend, every fundraiser that you support. And then again, thank you, Coach. Because without that, we couldn't do those things. And you are in for a treat, because if you have not seen these ladies play sports, okay, you are missing out. Okay, these are some of the most athletic ladies in our building. And they are very talented, and they're not just good athletes, they're good kids. These are some very, very good mentors, and good kids and good leaders in our building. So I'm going to turn it over to Coach Pascal and these amazing folks to give you some updates on all of our programs. And these fellas that just came in, very, very good athletes as well. We're coming off of an amazing fall season. And when I say amazing, I mean amazing. It is several times I've been like, Coach, this is amazing. I mean, it's just been some really good stuff. So very, very proud to turn it over to these amazing kids, so that you can see what we get to see every day.
Good evening. Hello, everybody. I just want to thank you for giving us some time to come in and speak with you guys. I wanted to give first an update. We had the most successful fall high school sports season that I've looked through archives and everything. And since we've been sanctioned by the High School Athletic Association, this has been pinpointed as the most successful high school sports season that the school has pretty much ever had. And so, and with that, because we're athletes, we love stats. So I brought some. With that, I'm going to start. I mean, we had 4 varsity teams compete in the fall season. And with that, I'm just going to throw out some stats that I'm just so proud of. And this is, I think my family and all of our friends are tired of hearing, because this is what I talk about. This is all I think about, because I was just so proud of these athletes and these students as well. So with that, for cross country, we had 5 all conference runners in Clint Bristow, which is here right now, and Kendall Howe, Camden Oler, Caitlin Smith, and Blair Davis. And so with that, they're all conference runners. They also competed in the regional running for cross country. And for the first time that I could find since being sanctioned, both of our men's and women's cross country teams qualified and were all ran in states as a team for both. So with that, that just goes to show the amazing commitment of their coach and how she has laid the foundation for those kids to be very successful as well. And I asked Clint to come too, because Clint is a 4-year runner here as well. So that's our cross country. Down here on the end over here, I'm going to go to tennis. Nicole Weed here she's a 4-year tennis player, but she's really interesting because we have not always had women's tennis. We've only had women's tennis twice in her 4 years. And so instead of just not playing tennis for 2 years, she actually spent 2 seasons where she played men's tennis in the spring as well. So she is really fascinating, and she's not going to tell you, but she was our conference singles champion this year for the Central Tar Heel Conference. And so that made her full conference. And to show you the dominance we have in tennis right now, our runner-up singles in singles was Gracie Vincent, who also goes to our school as well. So they competed in the conference single championship against each other. So that was really cool. Swept there. They also went and qualified. We had 2 singles and 2 doubles teams qualify for regionals in tennis as well. And then they also went and participated in the dual team state playoffs for women's tennis. And then also with Nicole, I'm going to go ahead and harp on her too. She also played volleyball this season. So she is a multi-season athlete as well. Then I'm going to go here to my 2 boys right here. This is Brady and Ethan. They are 4-year soccer players as well. Our soccer team had just an amazing, phenomenal season. When I first came here, I'll just give you some stats. When I first came here, the soccer program finished in the bottom 2 of our conference. And this year they went 12-0, were undefeated Central Tar Heel Conference champions. And so that's a testament to them, I believe, of their commitment to their 4 years. Ethan here, I'm going to brag on him as well. He is 2-time goalkeeper of the year for his junior and senior year. And that just actually, y'all are the first to hear that it's public that he with that, as well, we swept the board in soccer for conference. We had our offensive player of the year for the conference was Charlie Castaneda, who also was from here. And then we also had all conference selections, Ethan and Charlie. And then we have Brady here, who finished the year with 30 goals for the season. And then Cameron Clayton, Garrison Womble, and Andrew Elsden. So we had 5 all conference selections, and there were only 18 to go into it. So, and we took there, and they went to the Elite 8 and lost a really hard fought game last week in the Elite 8, 3-2. But to date, that is the furthest soccer has ever been in the soccer playoffs for states as well. And then over here with all of my girls right here, they are all part of the volleyball team as well. And volleyball had an amazing run. They made it to the Final 4. And with that was the first time in school history as well. With we had all conference selections. Chloe Welch, Hannah Tickle, and Hallie Russell were all conference for there. And also another thing that I have to say with volleyball, they were also voted the sportsmanship team of the conference as well, which is a really big. There's all the stats that you might not care to hear, but I don't even know why I have a card because I can tell you them off the top of my head here. But beyond that, I asked these individuals to come, and they don't know why. Like I didn't tell them, so surprise. I was like, hey, can you come to this board meeting with me? And look, they show up and just say yes and don't ask questions. And that's what I love about these kids. But this senior group is a very special group. All of these here athletes that I asked to come, there are more. These are just the ones that could make it. But I mean, this is also on a random Tuesday, like a Tuesday night, right before break. All of these are 4-year varsity athletes. They've been at the school for beyond their high school careers. Some of them have been here since kindergarten. Some have been here since elementary. I think all of you have been here since elementary, haven't you? And then Nicole in middle school. There we go. But more so beyond the 4 years. And I asked them to come because not only are they just the best epitome and representation of our athletics program, and that doesn't come just from the stats that I just read to you, that these are amazing kids. These are kids that hold sportsmanship high. They have great integrity. If you look at all of them, their grades, I mean, they're in the tops of their classes as well. Some will be going on to graduating with 2-year degrees. As with that, their leadership skills are just amazing. I mean, I could go on and on and on about these kids, and they didn't know I brought them to brag on them, but more so that this group and that senior class, even the ones that aren't here, have served as trailblazers and as cornerstones for our athletics program. But it started with them, and it shows, the stats show from their commitment to our athletics program, their buy-in. If I say, hey, we're going to go do some community stuff, I'm not going to hear anything from them. They're going to go do it. But also they are the ones that are going to find the little kids on the other campus, high five them. They know them by name, and they are just amazing representations of our school. And of course, our athletics program. I'm very proud of their athletes as well. But I did want them, I asked a few of them to share, because they have been here for 4 years, what athletics has done and some memories that they've had from athletics, just to share with you guys as well. So I'll go first. I'm gonna put you.
Well, I mean, I've been here since 5th grade. I played sports in 6th grade, a little bit in 7th grade with COVID. Then I played 8th grade. But high school sports has been the most fun I've had at Club Garden. Made so many memories. Just all the great years. We've gotten better every single year. It seems like in every sport we play, which is great. It's been a great senior year so far, and I hope basketball can keep up with soccer for us. But we'll see what happens. But it's been a lot of great memories. I just thank y'all for being here with us.
And one other thing for the next one talks, every single one of these are multi-sport athletes as well. They're not specialized. They play 2, 3, 4 sports in a single season as well.
I wrote it on my phone, so. Okay, I'm Chloe, and I've been in Clever Garden since kindergarten, and I've played sports since 6th grade. And have had the privilege of playing varsity volleyball for all 4 years, and these years have meant more to me than I can really explain. Before my senior year, we had never ever made it past the first round of playoffs. We would always, like, we lost every time in 3 sets. We worked hard each season, but this year was a lot different. The pride, the grit, and the heart of this team was truly unmatched this year. Making it to the Final Four, which was first time in school history, will stay with me forever. It has proved that when we believe in each other, we can defy the odds. I'm incredibly thankful for our small Clever Garden community. Even though we are a small 1A school, Clever Garden has brought me so much joy. It has taught me valuable lessons about commitment, teamwork, and pushing through challenges even when things get tough. This season has not only helped me grow as an athlete, but as a person. I will carry all these lessons that athletics has taught me into college and in real life. And I want to give a big thank you to everyone that has put a lot of time in Clever Garden athletes and just keeping the program alive. We may be small, but like we always say, we're mighty, and we like to define the odds. I feel like we're pretty good at doing that. And your support, your time, and your belief in us has made a difference. And I hope that younger athletes coming behind us will feel inspired to do the same.
So I played 3 sports. My name is Cliff Bristow. I play varsity golf, basketball, and then cross country. We had a really good season at cross country this year. It was the first time ever we made states. We were like really stoked about it. I don't know, athletics, I've been in it since middle school. I've been coming here since kindergarten, and it's really meant everything. It's just something that you can do. Like it's community based. It's not even like you get better, but it's more about the community and the people you're sharing with. Like these are people you'll talk to for the rest of your life. They'll come to your wedding, and you know they some but and you know, I mean, especially our basketball coach, Coach Pittman, he's really talked about how we can always lean on him, and it's a really good support structure that we have at Clever Garden. And I thank y'all for your support and belief in that.
I'm Nicole. I've been here since 6th grade. I've played 4 sports on and off throughout high school. And the community is like next level. You have so much support, even from your teachers if you need tutoring, because you are a student athlete and you don't have the time to go after school like other students do. You're going from one sport to another. It's just really great how the teachers also help. But it's important to put the student in front of the athlete because grades are always important.
and they should be the top priority, and they are for all of us. I can say that for a fact. We all sit in honors classes, and a lot of us are taking ACC classes as well. Athletics has been, I've been able to do things at this school that I wouldn't have at another school. Try new sports freshman year, men's tennis. No women should be doing that. No, I've been playing 6 foot people. I'm 5'3", but it's crazy because in that situation I was put against so many different things. I'm already one step under them because they have the athletic abilities that I won't always have. But facing that adversity and having people to help you do that with this athletic program is great and something truly special. And I'm just so happy to have the opportunities that I have had with this athletic program.
Well, I'm sorry to take up, I just feel like we don't do a lot of updates with athletics, but after commencing a season like we just had, that this is who I want to be the face. Like, this is who deserves all of the positivity, all of the support, all of the school spirit, and all the sense of, I have a picture that I'm going to send the board of our volleyball team when they won on a Saturday night. It's been about a month ago, that there's a picture from the other side of the gym that they're all jumping up and celebrating, and you have over 200 people on the other side doing the same thing as well. And so I just want to outwardly thank this group of kids for making my job so memorable. And also, this is my why is here every single day. And so I just want to thank them for setting the foundation and being the trailblazers for athletics. And I'm going to miss them so much, but more so the memories and everything we've had and I've shared. I just appreciate you guys letting me be a part of it. All right. Thank you guys so much.
That's a great way to end before we go into closed session.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for allowing them to come in and share that. I personally have got to watch them all play sports throughout the years, and they are fantastic students and fantastic athletes. So with that, we'll move into closed session. General Statutes 143-18.11 A5. Who would like to make a motion for us to go into closed session? Mr. Young, second. Ms. Gould, all in favor? We're going